morning, depending on where you are joining us from. My name is Rachel Jacobson, and I'm the Deputy Director of the American Society of Adaptation Professionals, and I'm so honored to be with you all today for the Regional Adaptation Leadership Awards ceremony for the Carolinas and New England regions. Personally, I'm physically located in Syracuse, New York, which is located on the ancestral lands of the Onondaga Nation. The American Society of Adaptation Professionals connects and supports climate change adaptation and climate resilience professionals to advance innovation and excellence in the field of adaptation. Here at ASAP, we believe that climate change is a real and serious danger to all sectors and systems, that adaptation and resilience builds stronger, more prepared communities, ecosystems, and economies, and that equity and environmental justice must be centered in all work that adaptation professionals do. ASAP members are building essential climate resilience for communities, ecosystems, and economies across North America, and the ASAP network keeps them connected, sharing, learning, and adapting. And at ASAP, it's all about the people, and these are just a few faces of ASAP members who inspire one another every day to do critical adaptation work on the ground. The strength of the ASAP network is in our sectoral and regional diversity. ASAP members are in 48 states, 6 Canadian provinces, and 6 other countries around the globe. Our network is almost evenly split between folks working in the public sector, in for-profit companies, nonprofit organizations, and academia. The Regional Adaptation Leadership Award recognizes individuals who have distinguished themselves in the climate change adaptation field through exceptional work. It recognizes the fact that deliberate, proactive adaptation, preparedness, and resilience building is a change process. It's a deviation from business as usual, and it requires courage and doing things in new and different ways. And at its heart are individuals who make change happen, oftentimes with very few resources. And the 2020 RALA honorees are doing just that to successfully drive change within and outside their communities. Our 2020 RALA nominees and finalists are truly embodying the 5 RALA criteria: visioning, thinking, communicating, doing, and learning.
We've had to learn to adapt over many, many generations. From the 1500s forwards, we have been adapting on these sea islands in this environment. We have been adapting to all the new changes that have caused disruption, but we've also been adapting to bring back aspects of our culture. So as Queen Quet, chiefess and head of state for the Gullah Geechee Nation, and the founder of the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition, I have been living resilience, living adaptation by continuing to do different examples of work here, like making sure that we rebuild our shoreline naturally, organically, with oyster shells, the way my ancestors did.
So those are our finalists, and we are so glad to be able to honor them today. However, only 2 people, one from each region, will receive the highest honor of being our RALA Grand Prize winner. And that prize is a year of complimentary ASAP membership, travel assistance to the 2022 National Adaptation Forum in Atlanta, Georgia, and complimentary registration to their respective regional adaptation forum. And now I'm going to turn it over to ASAP Executive Director Beth Gibbons, who will announce those winners.
Now, okay, I held it together pretty well through the first one. So, our Carolinas RALA winner. She embodies what it means to be thinking about and enacting resilience, from working within her community to engaging with surrounding communities to bridge communication channels, build relationships, to speaking with elected officials at national and international conferences to shine a light on coastal adaptation and resilience. She's able to reach beyond her community with lots of energy and passion. She has an ability to make her community relevant, helping global leaders and listeners to understand what adaptation means to her and in her community. She is an activist and a mobilizer. People know who she is. And she's doing this work without the backing of an org or an institution to fund travel and work. She does this work by herself, with her family, and for her people. You will never forget her. She is teaching us how her people adapt versus trying to mimic others, strategies for her people. So resourceful. It is amazing what she's able to do and what she's able to get away with. She can speak freely from her heart since she's not speaking for an organization. She formed the Gullah Geechee sustainability think tank almost a decade ago to engage an interdisciplinary group that would collaborate on adaptation in and sustainability of the Sea Islands. She's worked with this group of scientists, policymakers, activists, and academics to have successfully worked to build preparedness, resilience, and adaptive capacity among the Gullah Geechee population, using traditional knowledge and cultural techniques as methods to engage the community in ways that they would be better stewards of their own environment as the climate continues to change has resulted in more community engagement and a better understanding of what adaptation means to the Gullah Geechees. When the opportunity presents itself, she is ready to speak to whomever needs to hear her message. Queen Quet is in constant motion. Her passion and commitment are strong. She's an effective advocate, a teacher, a mentor, a convener. Her message is consistent and compelling. And I'm so pleased that the winner of our 2020 Carolinas Adaptation and Leadership Award is to Chiefess of the Gullah Geechee Nation, founder of the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition, Queen Quet.
Thank you. This your blessing for true. In the midst of all of this, yeah. Brother Albert, this for both of we, yeah. And things like that, because I tell him I was hurt when I see both of we been on the list. I said, one should have been here this year and one next year. But next year, maybe it's your turn, brother. But we shouting together. We beating the drum together today. Thank you to all 100 children with ESAP. Thank you for Kwame for the nomination and things like that. And thank you to all 100 children at the National Adaptation Forum and all the people that I just love and embrace that involve themselves, engage themselves in defining what adaptation is. But more than that, thank you to all the indigenous communities, the coastal communities, the Black communities that live what adaptation and resilience actually is. And so this award is not just for me, it's for the entire Gullah Geechee Nation. It's for my ancestors, it's for my mother, it's for my siblings, my cousins, and everyone who's celebrating this, that now people yet what we just said when we the correct we teach so that we get this opportunity that people will really hear us whenever we speak, where before they tried to silence our voices and stop us from speaking our language, and we adapted to be able to code switch, and now we're adapting to stay here. As we always say, we the Binya, and we in the Guina way tall, and that's because all of you are there passionately helping us to help the world realize we got to do something about climate change ASAP, okay? Take action right now today, and y'all have taken an action that's truly a blessing to me. Thank you.
So what gives me hope? Hope is spiritual food. It's as important as the air we breathe. Every once in a while, I'll have a week where I lose hope, and it's absolutely devastating. The African-American scholar Cornel West makes the distinction between hope and optimism. He said that optimism means that there's enough evidence that says if we keep doing what we're doing, things will get better. Hope is the courage to act when doubt is warranted. And I would say that what gives me hope is not as important to you as what gives you hope. Hold on to that as if your life depends on it, because it does.
In this day and age where the climate is changing, I'm continuing to try to change the atmosphere to get others to see why it's so important that we protect the environment. The more that we nurture Mother Earth, the more she will nurture us. And so I'm always inspired to work with other champions that are working on these issues so that we can all be resilient together. And so can our waterways, and so can the creatures inside. And may those be the new bridges that we build naturally, organically, and in a healthy manner. Yeah, God done trouble the water, but we can get into some good trouble together. Peace, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations, really, truly congratulations to all of our finalists, and a special congratulations to our winners. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing, that we know you'll continue to do.
In the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God won't trouble the water. Down here, where I did, this year the Sea Islands, and we'll call it Gullah Geechee Nation, out of Queen Quet, head upon the body right here. So, plenty of time when people look come here, from Jacksonville, North Kakalaki, to Jacksonville, Florida, then I get it, this year, the cracky tea down like that this year. Then I get it, these spirituals a day, along this year shoreline. You'll hear a lot of us talking like this today, because a lot of changes have come into the Gullah Geechee Nation over the generations, over the years. Many of those changes have come because of bridges that now are taking up places and spaces along our marsh line, into our waterfronts, onto our ocean. And so, as we see this happening, as native Gullah Geechees, we have also seen the destruction that follows because of what people come in and do. Yeah, it's Anthropocene is the word we've heard that Hunter children got over here from the mainland. So we've had to learn to adapt over many, many generations. From the 1500s forwards, we have been adapting on these sea islands in this environment. We have been adapting to all the new changes that have caused disruption, but we've also been adapting to bring back aspects of our culture. So as Queen Quet, chiefess and head of state for the Gullah Geechee Nation, and the founder of the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition, I have been living resilience, living adaptation, by continuing to do different examples of work here, like making sure that we rebuild our shoreline naturally, organically, with oyster shells, the way my ancestors did, all the way from the 1600s up to the present time. And so in this day and age where the climate is changing, I'm continuing to try to change the atmosphere to get others to see why it's so important that we protect the environment. The more that we nurture Mother Earth, the more she will nurture us. And so I'm always inspired to work with other champions that are working on these issues so that we can all be resilient together. And so can our waterways, and so can the creatures inside. And may those be the new bridges that we build naturally, organically, and in a healthy manner. Yeah, God done trouble the water, but we can get into some good trouble together. Peace, everybody.